Ollie and Olga. Christmas in Norway. One morning, Ollie and Olga Olsen were skiing downhill, in a town called Telemark. Sigrid and Sigurd, who were from Hardanger, were sledding down the same hill, the very same morning, and crash. There was a collision. Oh no! Cried Olga. My brother, Ollie. Look. He's buried in the snow. They tugged and pulled. Sigurd held onto Ollie's shoes, Sigrid pulled Sigurd, and Olga pulled Sigrid. At last they succeeded in getting Ollie out. Ollie wasn't hurt, so everybody laughed. Until they remembered Sigrid's dog, Gus. Olga found him. She saw his black nose sticking out of the pure, white snow, and in no time she had Gus dug out. Oh, I wish Santa would bring us a little dog like Gus for Christmas, said Olga. What do you want Santa to bring you, Sigrid? Santa doesn't come to our house, sighed Sigrid. I think he must have forgotten us, for we are very poor. Olga and Ollie Olsen felt very sorry for Sigurd and Sigrid. The four new friends talked for a while, until the sinking sun told them it was time to go home. That night, at supper, Ollie and Olga told their father and mother about their new friends from the other valley. Isn't it terrible, that Sigurd and Sigrid never get any Christmas presents, and that Santa has forgotten them? After supper, Mr. Olsen had a wonderful idea. He said, would you children be willing to give up some of your playthings, for your two new friends? Oh, we would, father. Both cried together. We can even make some new toys, if you'll help us. So, for nearly 2 weeks, they all hustled and bustled, with hammer and saw, paint brushes, scissors and needle, cloth, paper, wood, and cardboard. Christmas Eve finally arrived, and Father Olsen dressed up like Santa Claus. Ollie and Olga helped pack his big bag. It was very exciting. Ollie and Olga waved goodbye to their father, and then went to bed. For it was Christmas night, and the real Santa Claus was expected to come, soon. Meanwhile, their father had traveled many miles, and reached the tiny, poor little house, in which Sigurd and Sigrid lived. He looked through the window, and saw them sleeping. He opened the door, and tiptoed over to the fireplace. Just as he reached it, he tripped over an andiron, and fell headlong, with a clatter and a bang. Sigurd and Sigrid woke up with a start. When they saw Mr. Olsen, they were certain it was Santa Claus. Both children were struck speechless, with wonder and surprise. Their poor grandmother, who took care of them, came too and stood wonderingly. Father Olsen patted their heads, and wished them a Merry Christmas. Then he unpacked his big bag, and gave them their presents. Sigurd's and Sigrid's eyes grew bigger and bigger. Mr. Olsen was just about to leave, when Sigrid, timidly, pulled him by the leg of his stuffed-out pants. Please, Santa, we know two children, their name is Ollie and Olga Olsen, they are very nice, and both wished you would bring them a puppy like our Gus. We have two little brothers of Gus. Could you take them to Ollie and Olga? Mr. Olsen almost gave himself away. But he just managed to take the pups, and mumble something that sounded like, "Humph, I'll be glad to." Papa Olsen chuckled all the way back home. The fact that Sigurd's and Sigrid's first thought after their surprise had been to think of their new friends, pleased him very much. And that the children did not suspect that he was Ollie and Olga's father, but thought he was the real Santa Claus, tickled him even more. As soon as he reached his house, Father Olsen put the two little puppies in the two socks, hanging from the mantel. Then he quickly changed his clothes, and waited till Ollie and Olga found the puppies. They shouted with delight. Look, Papa! Look, Mama! Look, Auntie! Look what Santa Claus brought us! They hardly looked at their other gifts. Right after they had eaten, Ollie and Olga left for Telemark, to show Sigrid and Sigurd the puppies they thought Santa Claus had brought them. With the puppies under their sweaters, with just their heads sticking out, Ollie and Olga sped along, swiftly on their skis. I bet Sigurd will be surprised, when he sees my puppy, chuckled Ollie. And what do you think Sigrid will say, when she sees mine? Laughed Olga. There was a great deal of shouting, and laughter, when the four children showed their surprise presents from Santa Claus, to each other. Neither Ollie, nor Olga, let on that they knew anything about the gifts Sigurd and Sigrid showed them. The other two didn't bat an eye, when they admired the puppies. Don't ever tell them, whispered Ollie into Olga's ear. Don't you ever tell them, whispered Sigrid into Sigurd's ear. And to this day, they have kept their promise about the wonderful surprise gifts, from Santa Claus. The end. Merry, very Merry Christmas. If you like and subscribe. Like. And, subscribe. Maybe. You will get a puppy for Christmas, too. Thank you for watching.